Farm Tableau is a series of work that captures farmers in routine activities. Specifically, it looks at suburban farmers within Surrey, British Columbia. However, what makes the work unconventional is that it's capturing farmers in a staged tableau. And I'll take you through one of these farms, which is actually Rondriso Farms, which has a pumpkin patch and general store. This is a farm that can actually be visited, so if you'd like, please definitely go to the farm during the summer. Within Google Street View, you have three options. You can see photos, just stills of the farm. You can go literally up and down the road, 172, and see kind of adjacent properties from the street line, or you can go physically in. And this is where the artwork resides. Farm Tableaux was done in partnership with M Lynch, a Google Business Street View photographer. So in this scene, I have the farmers, Ron, hence the name Rondriso Farms, and his dad actually sitting on tractors moving dirt. And what we come across is we have this ability to actually see everything in and around the tractors. We also have this ability, because it is Google Street View, to use the chevron arrows and move in and around the tableau. So I'm going to go here to the right, and you can actually start to see a scene. Because it's Google Street View technology, the faces have been blurred, and that was expected. I didn't know that in advance. But what makes this really quite remarkable is that all my participants have stood still for up to 40 minutes. If we move along, what we actually have is this opportunity to capture and see this scene from several different positions. So I'm giving the opportunity for viewers online to actually capture or see a scene that they think might be wordy or compositionally dynamic that would create a final artwork. In order to actually get the work to be explorative, I call these dimensional photographs, using the Google engine and kind of subverting it. So taking this ability to move in and around a scene, which is very unexpected. Photographs are still. They don't have this opportunity for you to go up, down, sideways, and around. But you can come across things that are small artworks or refer to different types of events. And I've borrowed these often from classic arts to even having studied in Vancouver and being very well aware of the Vancouver School of Art. So what we're doing here is we're zooming down sort of this large road. This is 10 acres that is farmed by Ron, so we can actually come across the entire site. And we start to actually see a figure. And I've borrowed this figure, which is actually a self-portrait of myself, or an assisted portrait, within the Google Street View engine from Jeff Wall. He's very well known for this artwork that was done some years ago called The Thinker. And the thinker, of course, is this enigmatic pose of someone being on the brink of thinking or on this kind of crossroad. And for myself, I'm well aware of this piece, having studied here and also done part of my undergraduate with Jeff Wall. And I've done this kind of, how should I say, kind of found some farm junk, put it together, and I've extended my tripod also out, or monopod, so that I have this kind of similar position to Wall with the knife through the back. So there are these kind of references that are within, that aren't there by serendipity, they are actually planned. I'll also take you, this is a fairly large site, as I say, you can visit 10 acres accordingly. If we go up the road system, we get to explore the full farm, and I have to say thanks to Ron Tamas for letting me do this. So again, we can see the silage or the bales. But we also have this ability to go to the store. And in passing the store, we come across another tableau. And I can't really say that you can easily stage this, but you do have this ability to actually come across what I would almost think is like a Dutch painting, cows coming in for feed. And so all the steerage here is feeding. And there's something really gorgeous. To me, this is also a finished artwork. Beautiful tones, great composition, borrowing, as I say, from Dutch imagery. And if we move forward again, whoops, we're into the barn. Because Google Street View takes 3 exposures for every camera angle, what you're having is you're also having this motion blur that's associated with the steerage. You know, obviously they're not going to stand still like the farmers for 40 minutes, so we're going to get sort of this slight ghosting. And I actually accepted that as part of the process, because if you think about historical photography, there was always often this difficulty for people to stand still for that very emergent technology that photography was. You were often put in a head brace and you had to sort of sit up to 3 minutes in order to have your image taken. But if we go into the general store, we have this ability again to explore, and here's a lovely tableau of Ron's wife, Pam, at the office sorting papers for CSA, or for Community Supported Agricultural. And again, we can go in and around and we can explore the actual store, the freezers, what's you know, on the shelves, and equally look at the produce. So Farm Tableaus is a series created specifically for the Google Street View engine, where I've created a dimensional photograph, and it breaks from Susan Sontag's idea of a fixed frame.